Hello everybody, this is Sportman16, and welcome to another talk/discussion video, or however you want to call it. What's going to be tonight's topic, considering that right now it's currently nighttime at the time of this video? Well, I think it's about time for me to talk about one game in particular, a horror game, that gained popularity like that, in my opinion. And the initial game itself has only been out for like 6 months. The quote-unquote sequel or prequel sequel came out just like maybe just a few months later, and we already have a third one on the way. These games were created by the person named Scott Cawthon. Yeah, it's pretty much Five Nights at Freddy's. What can I say about these games? They're actually pretty amazing. I mean, I'm looking at it right now that Steam already gave it an automatic 10 out of 10. Yeah, and it also says that the game came out back on August 8th last year. So yeah, August, September, October, November, December, January, February. Yeah. The original Five Nights at Freddy's has only been out for like 6 months, and look at all the popularity it's sparked. I mean, there's already good amounts of parodies, cosplays, animations, and some good popular YouTubers playing the game, like as far as I know, like PewDiePie and Markiplier. Seriously, it's not really much of a game, but it's like once you play through it, you see how it becomes a really good game. Though I myself have never played it. I never played the first or the second. Though I kind of really I'm kind of like half and half if I want to play it or not. Well, and the fact of it is that it would cost some money to get it on Steam, which is something that I don't have. But that's just another thing. But yeah, what is it with Five Nights at Freddy's? Well, basically, it's just nothing more than you just being the night watchman, as I preferably call it. You're just basically just sitting in a very small security room, just watching security feed and watching over 4 main animatronics to watch over. Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, and Foxy. And basically, as basically stated in the game's title, Five Nights at Freddy's, basically what you do is that you're basically surviving 5 nights, where basically you last from 12 to 6 a.m., thankfully not real time. The amount of real time would be, I think they said it was 8 minutes 30, I think it was somewhere around 8.5 minutes. I'm thinking 8 minutes 34, but I don't know. I'll probably put like an annotation down at the bottom of the screen in case I'm wrong. But yeah, you basically get these phone calls from what the fans have dubbed him as quote-unquote phone guy, because we really don't know who his actual name is. And he basically tells you what's going on and how you survive. And knowing that in the first game, all you had to do is basically what you only have for protection is 2 metal doors. And he said basically close them if absolutely necessary. And by that is basically when either Bonnie or Chica are near the doors. And on occasions in further nights that you look at one camera feed of the hallway that leads from the security room to the big main party room, you would see Foxy come running in. And basically what Phone Guy says is that Foxy doesn't... He only moves when the camera is not on him. Now basically, if one of the animatronics kill you, you basically quote-unquote die, and you basically have to start the night all over. But that's pretty much how the whole game goes. You basically just sit your butt on a chair for 8.5 minutes, just trying to not get killed by animatronics. But then, as time went on after the game's release, it really started to spark up a lot of theories. Because one of Five Nights at Freddy's most popular theory, or one of the, if not the most popular theory in the game, is on, I think it was on the first night's phone call, where Phone Guy mentions the bite of 87. Pretty much meaning that an animatronic bit somebody in 1987, and he mentioned that the victim had his frontal lobe bitten off. Which basically, the frontal lobe is basically what is known as the front part of your brain. Whether it be the left or right side, I don't know. I don't know much of human anatomy, okay? Just saying. And a lot of people were jumping to a conclusion that it might have been Foxy who did it. And I actually do believe them. Because one, when you see Foxy, his lower jaw is always down, saying that Foxy's jaw has been damaged, possibly due to the force needed to create the damage of biting off the frontal lobe of somebody's head. And the fact that if you actually pay attention to Foxy's animation when he runs down the hallway, so you see that his lower jaw goes up and then right back down. Though some people have tried to debunk the theory that Foxy didn't do it, because when you see him during the beginning of his jump scare animation, where he just simply peers into the door, you would see that his jaw is closed. But who knows? To me, I think it's actually kind of true. But then some people are actually jumping that that maybe Mangle has done it because of one key animation. And also to mention that Mangle is in it. Basically, for one, it's just an animatronic in Five Nights at Freddy's 2, which is the toy version of Foxy. I have something in my eye. And knowing that Foxy and Mangle are the only two animatronics to sport sharp teeth. Sorry, there was just something that messed up my eye. And when you look at Mangle's attack animation or jump scare animation, you would see that Mangle swings in from up above. And where you see that mouth about to chomp, it looks like that Mangle is literally about to bite your face. And more specifically, the frontal lobe. So, it could be either one of those two. And, I know I'm just saying this now, but I get the feeling that this discussion video may take multiple parts. Because there's a lot I can talk about this game and its prequel, sequel, and what I would think about the third game. So I'll probably break this video down into parts. So yeah, what is my take of the bite of 87 theory? It could be either Mangle or Foxy, but there's not much of any solid evidence to go upon. Now, there are quite a few other theories. There is a video that I do recommend you guys watching. It's basically a two-part video of basically what people are saying about the Five Nights at Freddy's theories. So basically go and check out Matt Pat's theory on Five Nights at Freddy's 1 and 2. I will probably put either like maybe a link annotation on the video or a link down in the description where you guys can see these videos for yourself. Now, what else is there to note about the original Five Nights at Freddy's? Well, in terms of the animatronics themselves, I would have to say out of the 4 that I like, I'm probably going to be with a lot of other people for this animatronic, but the fact that my favorite animatronic is indeed Foxy, with Freddy not too far behind, then followed by Chica, then Bonnie. And yes, people, I am very well aware of Golden Freddy. If he were to be put within my list, I would have to put him between Freddy and Chica. Now, a lot of people also stated a theory if Golden Freddy was actually, well, more or less in Five Nights 2, if he's actually a real animatronic or just an hallucination. I really don't know my take on that one, because when he appears in your office, well, to me, I think Golden Freddy could have been a hallucination in the first game, because the fact of it was that Golden Freddy can be able to appear in your office whether the doors are closed or not, and he could just appear at any time. In Five Nights 2, excuse me, he would still appear the same way that he did. He would just appear without notice, and within time, he would just simply disappear. If you know how to put the what's known as the Freddy mask on at the right time, he would simply fade away. But some people think that Golden Freddy is a physical animatronic because when you go to the custom night settings, you would see that Golden Freddy has an AI setting. So some people might speculate that Golden Freddy may be a real animatronic. And some people also think that in Five Nights 2, the basically when I think it's when the puppet comes out of his box, that if he takes a long enough time, you could actually see a bare naked endoskeleton right in front of the prize box. And a lot of people have speculated that the bare naked skeleton is Golden Freddy's endoskeleton, which could be true. Because when you actually look at the design of the endoskeleton, it could look like it could be either Golden Freddy's or, well, it could have also looked like Foxy's, which I thought it was, but it's like, no, that couldn't be. Because both the Foxy's both have their their endoskeletons. Sorry for my stumbling on words. But it also could be that, well, it's not Golden Freddy's endoskeleton, because if you actually look at the official artwork of Golden Freddy in Five Nights 2, you would actually, when you look at his ankles, you would actually see an endoskeleton's ankles. So maybe there's a possibility that could give good speculation that the bare naked endoskeleton is not Golden Freddy's, even though that he just appears as a lifeless, dead suit. Now, here's something that I think. I'm not quite sure if anybody else has stated this before. In Five Nights 2, there is a chance that you will be encountering these old, withered animatronics of the original 4. And some of them were claiming that they are actually the original ones. To me, I don't think so. Here's what I think. I think those old, withered animatronics in Five Nights 2 might be the animatronics that took place in the first pizzeria's location, which is the one that was mentioned by Phone Guy in Five Nights 2. Because when you look at the old withered animatronics in the second game, they look different to the originals. Because if you were to compare the original Freddy to the old withered Freddy, you would notice that he doesn't look the same. And knowing that the original Freddy had the black freckles on his snout, not too far from his nose. When you take a look at old Freddy in Five Nights 2, they're not there. Foxy is the old brother Foxy. You would actually see bare parts of his endoskeleton exposed, and the fact that his head is formed differently than the original Foxy. So I'm really getting on the take that the old withered animatronics in the second game might be the old withered animatronics from the first unseen pizzeria. That's what I think. What else? What is there? Yeah, also my take on Five Nights 2. I would like to say that it's actually better than the first. Though a lot of people were kind of going through like a bit of a rage debate whether the game Five Nights 2 was actually either a sequel or a prequel sequel. But there actually was some good, strong evidence to prove that it was. Because of one, the paycheck that you receive at the end of your 5 nights, you would be receiving, what was it about? $100, either 20 or 50 cents. I think it was $100.50. Meaning that, taken by currency math, which I clearly can't do, the Night Watchman was being paid of what the exact minimum wage would be for 1987. So, yeah, so basically with Five Nights 2, it was still pretty much the same concept. You're basically sitting in a chair, and it's a pretty much bigger security office room, though the fact of it was that you didn't have metal doors to protect you. Though, sometimes it makes me wonder, who makes a security office room like that, where there's 3 clearly big openings, the 2 vents, and the big opening right in front of you at the center where the animatronics have a perfect, clear opening to get you. I honestly don't know why. Now, please do bear in mind of me actually changing topics from time to time. It's like my mind goes off to one place and then the other, and whatever. Like as I'm going to right now. In actuality, when I first started seeing gameplay footage of Five Nights at Freddy's, the first one, I was legitimately scared by the animatronics. Because really, out of all the animatronics, I would have to say the creepiest one would definitely have to be Chica. I mean, I've actually, when I started watching some of the Five Nights at Freddy's gameplay, I actually watched so much of it that I literally had nightmares. Like how I was seeing Chica's jump scare in my dreams. And believe me, there was one other animatronic in particular that did give me nightmares that I literally could not get any good night's sleep for 4 nights in a row. Literally. It was the puppet. That puppet literally prevented me from having a good night's sleep for 4 straight nights. And all that time, I just kept saying to myself, you know what? Fuck that puppet. Just fuck him. But then as time progressed, I pretty much got used to him and pretty much to all the other animatronics. Let's see, what else is there that I want to talk about in terms of the games? Yeah. Oh, the numerous amount of cosplays that were already made for the characters. I mean, some of the people actually took the approach of making them like the actual animatronics themselves by making like full-fledged suits, like actual full-body Freddy suits, Bonnie suits, Chica suits, Foxy suits. well, the same principles are probably now starting to apply to the toy animatronics. What pretty much the toys were what they were called in the second game, like Toy Freddy, Toy Bonnie, Toy Chica, Toy Foxy, aka Mangle. Now, in terms of those four, it just became too perfectly obvious of who my favorite animatronic was in Five Nights 2. It was clearly Chica. It was Toy Chica. For pretty much obvious reasons. They made Chica look more like a human female, giving her a somewhat actual hourglass body. Even though, despite the fact that Toy Chica had apparently had a case of what I like to call Chun-Li Thunder Thighs syndrome. Because when I saw Toy Chica fully for the first time, I was like, dang, Chica's got some big thighs going on. Oh yeah, the thing about Chica, the original Chica, a lot of people were wondering if Chica was actually a chicken or a duck. Well, to me, at first, for just a few minutes, that I actually thought that the original Chica was indeed a chicken, a duck. Again, I stumble on my words. But yeah, there was actually at least two ways that we knew that Chica was a chicken. Because really, just an interesting thing, a little interesting thing, that the name Chica actually means girl in Spanish. It's actually really true. Thus, in terms of us knowing that Chica is the only female animatronic amongst them all. Though some people are actually kind of wondering if Bonnie was a girl too, because Bonnie is quite clearly a girl's name. So, well, to me, I just immediately thought that Bonnie was a boy. So yeah, I was on Chica. Though there is actually something about Toy Chica that I really, 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 really want answers to, or an answer to. When Toy Chica gets off stage, where the hell does her beak go? Where the hell does it go? Because when you see her on stage and in her headshot picture on the custom night settings, her beak is clearly there. But when she's off stage, the beak is gone. Where the hell does it go? Does it just simply fall right off? Or does Toy Chica actually take her beak off just to look more scary? Though, I'm gonna be perfectly honest. I actually like Toy Chica without her beak. Why? I don't know. I just clearly don't. Though, some people, well, maybe a person or two, I don't know how many, was thinking that maybe Toy Chica's beak was inside, or was stuck in Mangle. Though, I don't think so. Because there was one piece of artwork showing of Mangle, saying that, I'm not quite sure where it is, I'll probably show up a picture and highlight in the area, that it was showing that it may have looked like to be a part of Toy Chica's beak. Though when I looked at it, I pretty much came to quick realization that that's not a part of Toy Chica's beak. That is just a part of Mangle's bow tie exposed to the light. Because when I looked at the rest of it, it was clearly Mangle's bow tie. So, yeah, you can just take that theory and just throw it out. And I know there might be some people out there that are going to try and correct me. Whatever. Now, in terms of Freddy himself, The original Freddy, I never really found him to be scary. I mean, for real, I never really found Freddy to be scary. Not the original Freddy, neither Toy Freddy, Old Withered Freddy, Golden Freddy, original Golden Freddy, and Old Withered Golden Freddy. I never really found any other Freddys to be scary. Not even Shadow Freddy. I mean, seriously, not even Shadow Freddy's not that scary to me. The one animatronic that really is really the most terrifying is definitely the puppet. Like I said, after I've seen him a couple times when I first saw him, I wasn't able to sleep properly for 4 nights in a row. Especially the first time. I literally woke up at around like 3 or 4 in the morning, and I couldn't sleep comfortably in my own bed. So what I decided to do is that I actually decided to go into what was my sister's room at the time and sleep in a recliner. I had to sleep in a recliner just to get a good enough sleep. That was just a bad night. But I don't have those anymore. Oh, dang. I've been going on for about 25 minutes now. I usually try to make these discussion videos as short as possible, but with so many things to talk about for 5 Nights at Freddy's, it can really be quite a time-consuming process. Yeah. Theories revolving around the quote-unquote purple guy. People claiming that he is the child kidnapper / killer. Because it was stated that in news clipping articles in the first game that somebody actually kidnapped, what was it, like 5 kids? And basically the bad guy was apprehended shortly after, but the kids' bodies were never found. And Scott himself clearly stated that the pizzeria is indeed haunted. And it is a good speculation that the animatronics were possessed by the kidnapped children and their spirits. Knowing that Phone Guy mentioned that in first game that if the animatronics were to catch you or to see you during after hours, they wouldn't recognize you as a person. They would actually recognize you as a bare, naked endoskeleton and forcefully stuff you into a Freddy Fazbear suit. Now, I'm not quite sure if it was either night 2 or 3 that he was saying like maybe try and play dead and go limp. But then basically the animatronics would just see you as a empty suit and stuff a bare naked endoskeleton into you, which is extremely disgusting and painful, by the way. So yeah, it's like the animatronics will basically kill you regardless if you were caught during after hours. Trying to think of things here, just trying to think of something. Oh yeah, back to the cosplays that I've been seeing. Though I actually do kind of like it when some people actually try to cosplay the characters or the animatronic characters to more human standards. I mean, some of them that I found were pretty good, some of them not as good, and some of them where I just want to go, oh my god. I mean, there was actually one that I saw in particular. I'm trying to remember where. I mean, I was just randomly searching up 5 Nights at Freddy's cosplay pictures on Google, and there was one that I saw that really piqued my interest. It was this girl who was doing a supposed human toy Chica. When I saw that picture of her, I was like, oh my god, she is so cute. I mean, I could try and find the image and put it on the video if I want to. I wouldn't be surprised if I do. And I think she had some YouTube videos, even though they were short, supposedly talking to human versions of the other animatronics. And the voice that she did to be Toy Chica was so adorable. I just couldn't resist. Well, thankfully I didn't squeal or anything. Yeah, you guys don't want to hear me squeal. Trust me. Anyway, now in terms of people who really actually put into the effort to make full body animatronic cosplay outfits, you guys do a good job on that one. And the fact of some Five Nights at Freddy's cosplayers making like Tumblr accounts and everything, for some reason I just like looking at those. They're so entertaining, in my opinion. Well, it's not just for Five Nights at Freddy's cosplayers, but also for like Attack on Titan cosplayers and Homestuck cosplayers. And trust me, I've seen those, and some of them are really great. Oh dang. Trying to figure out what else is there to say about Five Nights at Freddy's. Oh yeah, the fact of there also was actually 2 honest trailers that were actually released about the game. And don't get me wrong, people, the honest trailers are really hilarious. I especially did like the one of the Pokemon honest trailer, but that's just something else. It'll just get me off topic. So, what is it pretty much in terms of what I think of the 3rd game, which is on the way? As far as I know, all I've seen is the teaser trailer, and there'll probably be like an annotation link where you guys can see my initial reaction to the teaser trailer. Yes, it was pretty much my legitimate first time watching the trailer, and I knew that once that the Five Nights at Freddy's 3 teaser trailer came out, oh boy, the fans were going to be all over it. And how I knew about Five Nights at Freddy's 3 initially was when I was seeing it on Steam, where it was on the Steam Greenlight, I think it was called. Yeah, it was called the Steam Greenlight. And yes, I do own Steam, though the only game that I play on Steam nowadays is just Gmod, or Gary's Mod, which is a really fun heck game. That's how I first knew about it. I was like, wait. Five Nights at Freddy's 3 is already coming to be? Though, as of this video right now, the game is not out yet. Now, it was saying in the title of the Five Nights at Freddy's trailer, it was a teaser trailer, which means that I do believe that it's not actually the official trailer yet. It's just giving us a sneak peek of what we might be experiencing. And they were saying that, or the description said that Five Nights at Freddy's 3 apparently is going to be taking place 30 years after after Freddy Fazbear's Pizza closed its doors. But they did not mention which pizzeria. It could be the pizzeria from the first game, the second pizzeria from the second game, or the 3rd pizzeria, which is the first one, which is the one that we never saw. I mean, if it was taking place 30 years after the second game, that means it would have to, which means the game would have been taking place, or Five Nights at Freddy's 3 would be taking place in the year of 2017. Now, in terms of the first, if it was the first Five Nights at Freddy's, which is the 3rd pizzeria's location, oh dang, I forgot the date. I'm gonna pull up my calculator real quick. So if we were to take the date of Five Nights at Freddy's 3, which was taking place in 1993, hence the evidence of the paycheck, you can watch that. You can find that out in the Games Theorist video of that. So if we were to take 1993, move ahead about 30 years, that would put us at the year of 2023. which I don't really think like that's a possibility. I may be thinking that it might take place 30 years after the second pizzeria, or the first pizzeria's location, which was never seen. Now, we don't know when the first pizzeria's place was opened or closed, since the second game was taking place in 1987. I would say I'll put the first pizzeria's location, say 1979. I don't know, I'm just throwing that year out. If we were to take 1979, which I would just guess of the first pizzeria's location, skip ahead about 30 years, that would put us at the year of 2009. Though I really think it could possibly take place 30 years after the first pizzeria's location shut down. That's what I think. I mean, it could take place 30 years after the second pizzeria closed down, but I don't really think that Five Nights at Freddy's 3 is going to be taking place in 2023, basically a whole 30 years after Five Nights at Freddy's 1. I don't really think so. So, yeah. Now, in terms of that new animatronic, the mysterious sixth one, or what is it? No, I think it's sixth. I'm really starting to think that it actually may be a new form of Bonnie. Because really, when you do think about it, Bonnie actually becomes more the center of attention to the Five Nights at Freddy's franchise, more than the actual Freddy Fazbear himself, when the games are clearly named after him. Because in the first trailer, the first Five Nights at Freddy's trailer, the main focus was on Bonnie, where at the very end of the trailer you would first see him at the end of the hallway where the light flickered on him. Then it would be Bonnie running down the hallway, and then it would be Bonnie taking his head off, revealing the endoskeleton head. Excuse me. Then in Five Nights 2's trailer, right during the end when the little kids were singing London Bridge, who was the first animatronic we see? Old, withered Bonnie. And then as the trailer progresses and goes on, showing us the old withered animatronics, all hidden in the shadows and the dark and everything. Who was the toy animatronic who appeared first? It was Toy Bonnie. So I'm really thinking that Bonnie is starting to become the more popular animatronic, because even in the third trailer, or in the Five Nights at Freddy's 3 teaser trailer, when we see the heads of the original animatronics, who was up in front? Bonnie. And when you see in the trailer, you would see his right eye move, looking at the viewer. So I'm really thinking that Bonnie is definitely becoming the most popular, but I don't know. Now one other thing that I did like involving, well, at least for the characters of Five Nights at Freddy's 1 and 2, was two YouTubers that I heard about doing voice acting for the animatronics. One being David Neer, and the other one being Mr. Betty Kruger. When I heard their voices for the animatronics, I was like, wow, these guys are good. Except for when it came down to the Chicas. I was like, it's always the note to self that most men can't exactly do girl voices. So when I tried to look for like female voiceovers for Chica, I found both the original and toy Chica from the sister of David Neer, Bridget Neer. She had it pretty spot on. She was good. And Bridget also did 2 videos involving of making a voice for Jane the Killer, and I did believe both David and Mr. Betty Kruger did Jeff, which were all really good. So to Mr. Betty Kruger, David Neer, and Bridget Neer, your voiceovers for the animatronics were amazing. Keep it up. God, I've been going on for quite some time now. Been going on for like, let's see, for about almost 40 minutes. I think what I'm going to decide to do is that I'm just going to end it off here for this discussion video. As much as I would love to break it down to parts. So, what is my pretty much final take on the Five Nights at Freddy's games? They're good to watch, just not good to play. Well, who am I kidding? I never played them. But I guess what the guy said in the Honest trailer said it best. It's just a game that nobody really enjoys playing, but people just enjoy watching other people play it, like me. Or on the occasion of just watching reaction videos to Five Nights at Freddy's 2 and 3's trailers. It's great. So, am I gonna make this a multi-part discussion video? Probably not. If you guys want to actually know more about Five Nights at Freddy's 1 and 2, and what to be to come of the 3rd game, I'll probably actually leave a link, either as an annotation or in the description, to the Five Nights at Freddy's wiki page, or yeah, the Wikia page. You guys can know more about the games themselves, and they'll probably explain it better than I could. So yeah, if you guys actually want a nice horror game to play, Five Nights at Freddy's 1 and 2, and when 3 comes out, they'll be good games to play. And play them in order. Well, you'd be dumb not to play them in order. Because, I mean, I even actually heard, or even my sister told me that even she has Five Nights at Freddy's, but she said that she got too nervous to play the game, never even making it past night 1. Well, to my sister, try and get a boost in self-confidence to play the game more, and hopefully you'll even get past night 1. You know, I'll actually be happy for you if you actually even make it past night 3. But yeah, I'm just saying. Anyway, hopefully this video, well, I guess this video was kind of long. It's pretty much more than 40 minutes. Hopefully this video was worth watching and everything. And, well, I guess I'll just let the outro just take care of everything else left. So, later guys.